And we are live. What's good, Josh and Mandel Saint? Welcome. I really want to know podcast, late night edition here on the East Coast and good old USA. Um, yeah, guys, it's spring break, so I've come away from my normal schedule because my daughter's not home. She's spring break. She's away with her mom. Um, and she won't be home until Sunday night. And we're promoting like crazy for the show that we have coming up on the 22nd. So I've been out doing crazy stuff. Um, Tuesday we had our weekly show, turned out really well. Shout out to DC 813. Put together an amazing open mic every week. We kind of added him to the fold. So every show begins with open mic, and then we transition into the regular show. And hey, it's been working. We're doing a couple weeks, and the crowd is growing. It's looking good. So we did that, and then I went out and did some promoting. And we were out, and I didn't get home, and the sun was coming up by the time I was done. So most of the day today I was down, and then when I got up, had to take care of some things. Um, it is what it is. A lot of driving, a lot of we're covering a lot of ground. Like we're we're hitting different cities, we're doing all this kind of stuff. We're promoting real hard. So today, I missed the normal time, and you know what? I was just gonna let it ride. I was like, oh, I'll just make it up somehow. And then I saw the Fresh and Fit H3 stream. People want to call it a debate. You cannot call it a debate at all. Nowhere near that. But we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Indeed. Boy, oh boy, man. I was like, man, I can't wait till tomorrow to talk about this. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about this right now. We got brother Michael in the building. What's good, fam? What's good, fam? I'm pretty sure you saw that episode, man. I didn't see it live. I kind of was watching it, and I don't know what's going on with Myron and Fresh's page, like Fresh and Fit, but I'm watching it on Fresh and Fit, and it would get taken down, like kind of disrupted or whatever, and then I would go find it again, and it would be back up. So I don't know if it's YouTube messing with them because of a lot of stuff that Ethan was saying. It would definitely trigger the algorithm. Um, I don't know what happened there, but it's up. I watched it a couple times. It was up, and then it was down, and it was up, and it was down, and so I went and got a video because people are putting clips out. So I was like, all right, I'll just be able to grab someone else's clip and talk about it. The whole thing, um, I think it was about an hour or so before Ethan did the cowardly thing and ran away, and he has a whole team. But I mean, dude, in my opinion, this is if you're a young man out there, you're a teenage dude out there, whatever, and you're watching something like this, man. This is not how to carry yourself. This is not how you move. You just don't move this way. You as a man, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to stand on your own, bro. You're gonna stand on your square. And if you challenge someone, if you come after somebody, bro, you better be ready to defend yourself, right? And you better be ready to do it face to face. There is nothing good about being a coward. Nothing. Right? This country, like the American way, everything we do in this world, man, it was not done by cowards. It was real people taking real risks to make things happen. And when I see something like this, man, I see something like this Ethan Klein dude, bro. It's just, I don't know, it kind of got under my skin. It's like just listening to this dude. Like, say what you want to say about Fresh and Fit, right? But if you come after them, they will entertain you. They will sit down and discuss their points. You don't have to lie to them. Cowards do that all the time. You don't have to be deceptive. Just tell them what you want to do. This dude, this Ethan Klein, is that whole H3 team. Those people have zero integrity. They have no honor. I mean, I guess they're doing anything for a buck. I guess they're just trying to keep the money coming in, trying to keep the business afloat. Okay. I guess that's what they're doing. But at the end of the day, bro, you know what I mean? You're going to have to be accountable for your actions. And all them dudes talking all that, all that nonsense, whoever they are, you can hear their feelings coming across the airwaves. Yo, I mean, y'all punks, bro. Every last one of y'all. Y'all punks, cowards, cowards. You know what I mean? It's one thing. I know people who will come into a room and say what they got to say, bro. They don't care who in that room. They don't care, bro. When it comes down to that, they'll do that. And you guys will see what I'm talking about here in a moment. But it's just, it's just so many young folks who run to YouTube and they look at what's going on the internet. They look at what's going on with Instagram, Facebook, or Snapchat or whatever platform. You know what I mean? Whatever. Like even on Rumble, you hear me getting on them dudes all the time because those dudes are hiding behind emojis. And I realize that most of those people on Rumble are just kids. I realize it. They just talking. They don't know any better. But at the same time, we need to hold them to some sort of standard. There has to be some accountability. Say what you want to say it. But when somebody comes see you, you better stand on it. Don't run, right? Don't use technology to hide. That's what cowards do. I want to start there, man. But we're gonna get into this, bro. Yeah. This is, I gotta tip my hat to Myron and Fresh the way they handle it and the whole Fresh and Fit team. They knew what was coming. They gave the man an opportunity. Apparently, the H3 podcast reached out to the Fresh and Fit podcast, said, "Hey, man, we want to do this." Of course, Myron and Fresh were like, "Well, we can come to LA, or you guys can come to Miami. Let's get in studio." But the H3 podcast doesn't want to do that. Why? Because they know they're gonna say something foul, and they don't want to have to defend their statements, and they don't, they want to be able to be as rude as they possibly can without any consequence. Myron and Fresh let it go. You know what I mean? Especially Fresh, man. Shout out to Fresh. And you can tell Fresh is not from the U.S. Fresh is from Barbados, man. He's moving on a different wavelength. The way that this Ethan dude was coming after Fresh, I'm like, bro. Like I said, I know Fresh, bro, and I'm here to tell you that, it takes a lot to get Fresh mad. I guarantee you, he was, you know what I mean? He was getting there. Dude, Fresh got a lot of patience, man, but he doesn't come from a very combative world like us Americans. And Myron, shout out to Myron as well for just sitting. He's like, man, I knew it was gonna go down this way, but let's give these people the benefit of the doubt. They tried to, bro. They tried to give him a benefit of the doubt. And it's just sad to see that, this is how a lot of people move in America, especially like in these YouTube trenches. People just looking for drama because that's what's gonna get the clicks or whatever. But it was really an opportunity lost. They could have had a constructive conversation. They could have talked about the debate that never happened, but the debate was supposed to be about intersexual dynamics and dating in today's world. That's what the H3 people said that they wanted to talk about. That's what Myron and Fresh agreed to. That is not what happened. It's not what happened at all. And I don't, man, bro, this Ethan dude, he might be on the spectrum, bro. Like, I don't know who this guy is. I'm just kind of watching him during this interview, this back and forth, man. Like, dude, really, he ain't right, man. Something's wrong there. Something's wrong there. I don't know if, because tomorrow, well, actually today is after midnight. Right? We have a behavioral therapist, and I might even show her a little bit of the clip and ask her, like, hey, you think is something wrong with this guy? Like, is he on the spectrum? Like, is it like he might really have something wrong with him? And I don't think it's just the medication he takes and all this and talking about therapists. And I mean, I remember even watching him interview Bill Burr and just watching how dude couldn't handle a conversation with the person. Bill Burr's another man, a comedian, especially a good comedian, a down-to-earth comedian is probably going to be one of the easiest interviews you're ever going to have. Just ask the question, say what you got to say. Don't try to be funny. Don't try to go there, especially with a comic, because they're going to rip you. You know what I mean? He couldn't handle a normal conversation, bro. Something might be wrong with this Ethan Klein guy, bro. So, I mean, it's some weirdos in California. Trust me, I lived out there for 25 years, man. There's some weirdos out there, bro. It's a lot of them in Hollywood. But this guy right here, he's a little bit beyond the pale, bro. Like, I think that there's something wrong with him. I really do. Like, I don't know what. Like, I think there's some sort of diagnosis out there. This dude is way outside the norm. So anyway, let's get into this, man. Let's check this out, bro. And for anybody who's watching this on Team Replay, man, shout out to you. I appreciate y'all. Like, this is, like I said, I mean, this is the middle of the night for us on the East Coast. Most of my folks asleep, and then, we got brother Smh was out there in Australia. It's probably rush hour. He's probably making his way home, and the rest of the world is asleep. So, we probably won't get a whole lot of interaction. I mean, we had brother Michael in here again. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you popping in. But let's check this out.
Let me ask you this. How do you guys feel about this interview?
It was great because you literally brought up all the points that people like to criticize us on, and we were able to debunk them with 50,000 people watching live. We got, 40K on almost 40K on our end watching. Yeah. I don't know how many you have on your end watching, but yeah, I mean, you made a bunch of claims and accusations, and they're just simply not true.
This almost like has a sense of Andrew Schultz podcast. Andrew Schultz
tried to get a gotcha, and it didn't. It failed.
Tried.
Try to call us anti-Semitic, not true. Try to ask us about Andrew Tate and say that he's a trafficker, can't substantiate your claims. Try to say.
I thought we're having a debate here to debate certain topics that we talk about all the time.
Try to say that we're single, or say that we hide our girlfriends. I'm the only one with
monogamous losers.
And now we're monogamous losers. Okay, I guess we're monogamous losers. Let me just
ask you one last time: how many Jews died in the Holocaust? You two.
And that question right there had nothing to do. Again, they were supposed to be debating intersexual dynamics in today's world. That's what it was supposed to be about. When the thing started, Ethan Klein initially just ran into a whole bunch of Andrew Tate stuff. Andrew Tate. Okay, I can kind of see that. That's news right now. The Tate brothers were arrested on some civil warrant that was issued in UK. I'm still waiting for some media sources to come out with bullet points and what's really going on. I'm trying to figure it out. It doesn't make sense. There's a civil case in the UK, and the United Kingdom went through their laws and treaties with Romania to have the Tates picked up and locked up overnight or something like that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Definitely going to be talking about that tomorrow. I'm just waiting for some more media outlets to hit it. I'm hoping that BBC will hit it, maybe Associated Press, maybe Al Jazeera, maybe we can get 2 or 3 different outlets and we can kind of read a few stories and try to get to the bottom of it. But okay, that's news. That's headline news, especially in the YouTube world. All right, you're gonna ask some questions about Tate, but the stuff that he was asking didn't make any sense, and it went from Tate to, okay, here's a clip of you with some girls. It went back to Ethan Klein tried to accuse Myron of essaying a girl, which Ethan Klein had the woman interviewed her on his platform. This is over a year ago, and she was like, no, that didn't happen. Everything that happened was consensual. Ethan Klein was like, no, it sounds to me that it was predatory and they trapped you. And she was like, no, I wanted to be there. No, I went over there and he did this. And no, that I didn't say that. So he went there, and with being supported fully by his team. I guess if you're gonna be loyal, I guess that's being loyal. But I couldn't do something like that. But it went from that story, and then it went into, you guys are anti-Semites, and it went into that. It went into that again with clip after clip after clip after clip, and just these little clips. And the whole time I was like, well, did you watch the whole thing? Because this is what led up to that. Didn't want any of that. So what he was doing is trying to come up with more clips, so I guess he can post and try to go viral. So I think that's where it comes in as the business model side of it. So this is the end of the show, and he's kind of asking them. He's trying to bait them into getting angry. The whole show, Ethan Klein was being very disrespectful, especially towards Walt, especially towards Fresh. He was calling Fresh coconuts. You know what I mean? He was, which is very disparaging the way he kept doing it. He said he was going to stop, and he kept doing it again. He was saying very disparaging things about Fresh's mom. Like, I don't know anything about Fresh's mom. I mean, he's posted stuff about it. He speaks on his mother, but the stuff that Ethan Klein was saying, you could tell he was trying to get these boys upset. And again, shout out to Myron and Fresh for maneuvering through that. They didn't fall for any of the traps. but extremely disrespectful. You sitting there, you're on the other side of the country, you refuse to get into the same room with these people. Like if you're in the same room with some men and you are going to say and act a certain way. If Ethan Klein were to say and act the way that he did on this stream via the internet, if he were in the same room with Myron and Fresh, there's no way he would have used those words. No way he would have said what he said, moved the way he was moving. Absolutely no way that was going to happen. God, the man looked bad in this. Say what you want about Fresh and Fit, but Myron and Fresh ain't never tried to do somebody like that, like try to ambush somebody. Like, although they get ambushed all the time and they handle it, you know what I mean, like G's. But let's continue.
Yeah.
You told
You
us,
told
bro.
us already, bro.
You told us what it
You
was.
told us. Ooh, you know.
You try to criticize me for watching
know
alternative
How many-
documentaries.
So to rephrase, so to recap the interview, we give minors red cups full of water so they don't feel left out for our Insta stories.
And juice.
And juice. Don't forget that.
We love the documentary Europa, which is about neo-Nazi
We said it was
conspiracies
based.
about Jews
We said it
controlling
was
the world.
based. We said it was
Basically,
based.
And you said
Nowhere did we say we love it.
Okay, based, right. Thank you for that very important difference.
That is a big difference because if we're saying
Yeah.
it's based, that means it doesn't align with mainstream media narratives.
At all.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Words
I'm sure
matter,
that's-
Ethan.
We all know what
Words
based
matter.
means. So you say Europa, which is probably one of the most anti-Semitic films ever created, is based. Then
Wait,
let's
how do you
see,
know
what
it's
else did we
anti-Semitic?
touch
Did you
on?
watch it?
You
Did you watch
touched
it,
on
Ethan?
that. We touched on that. Let's see.
So even that part right there, I've never heard of this Europa film. Apparently it's an 8-hour film, very anti-Jewish. Apparently, I guess Myron's watched it, maybe Fresh. I don't know. I've never watched it, never heard of it. I don't know if this is the film that got the one basketball player in trouble. I can't remember. You know what I mean? Uncle Drew, I forget his name, sorry. But Ethan Klein's never seen the film. So he's coming and he's talking and he's saying all these things, but he's never seen the film. You know, like, yeah, there are films out there I ain't trying to watch. You know, documentaries, especially stuff that's alternative. You know, these people talk about base, like the stuff that Myron, you know, and Fresh or whoever, like that part of the internet watches. Like, Candace Owens has a documentary she did. Like, I'm not trying to watch, bro. You know what I mean? And it was, you know, it gave a different narrative of, you know, what happened with what's his name getting murdered by the police officer, bro. I gotta excuse me because I'm starting to. Yeah, I mean, I took some herbal assistance so I could sleep. I haven't been sleeping well. But George Floyd, she gave an alternative view of what happened with George Floyd. I haven't watched it. She mentioned it and she's been referencing it. She was on the Fresh and Fit podcast. I'm gonna have to go find it and watch it. I'm not looking forward to it. But anyway, it's, you know, I'm not gonna speak on that film if I haven't seen it. I want to speak on the film, so I have to watch it. If Ethan Klein's going to speak on something, or you got to at least watch it so you know what the hell you're talking about, bro. You're going to have to watch the film and say, hey, here they made these references and that references, you know, and like, bro, what happened, what the Nazis did during World War II was absolutely horrific. Absolutely horrific. And what happened to the Nazis and to the Germans, for that matter, who backed the Nazis, right? They got what they deserved. Like, for real. You know, it is what it is. Throughout the history of our species, there's been a lot of atrocities, bro. A lot of genocide. A lot. Right? Some is spoke on, some isn't. Right? The what happened to my ancestors over here in the Americas, right? With the slave trade. Horrific. Right? What happened to the Armenians at the hands of the Turks? Horrific. What happened to the Jews and others at the hands of the Nazis? Horrific. What the Japanese were doing during that time period in World War II, what they did to the Koreans, the South Koreans, especially what they did to the Chinese, horrific. But you gotta know your history and you gotta know these things before, if you plan to speak on them. So let's continue.
Once girls post revealing pictures online, it's over unless they're our girlfriend. Then we can move on.
When you're in a committed relationship with the girl, you forgot
She's
to
posting
mention that
pictures
part.
like that. bro. It's a wrap, man. For
It's
you,
a wrap, bro. It's a wrap.
Yeah,
Ethan,
you play
I think-
sound bites.
I think you don't understand.
We could play sound bites of you saying you love Hitler earlier.
Yeah, we can.
We
bro.
could do that too.
Oh yeah,
And you
guys
saying the
got me
N-word.
Yeah, we
good.
could do that too and make you look
You
crazy.
called
But we
guys
don't do
actually
that.
love
You
Hitler, it
called,
sounds like.
you called us the N-word, bro, Ethan. I remember that. You remember that?
Okay, all right.
I remember that.
So this is, I mean, the game he's playing and this dude, like, look at him, bro. Like, what's wrong with dude? For real. Like, what is wrong with, man? Something might be wrong with him, man. I don't know if it's a lot of pressure on his end, what he may or may not be going through. But to play this silly game he's trying to play with Myron the Fresh, it doesn't make any sense. The way he went about doing it doesn't make any sense. You got a whole team of people like, bro, y'all ain't researching nothing? All right, I can see if you don't want to watch. You don't want to scrub through the Fresh and Fit content. Like, you don't want to do it. Okay, fine. You got a team, man. Somebody on the team is going to have to go through their content. So when we come after these boys, we don't look like complete idiots, which is what happened. Like, someone's going to have to scrub through this content, bro. Someone's going to have to watch the Nick Fuentes interview that they did, which I thought was a mistake. I told Myron, I like, bro, man, oh, man, I wish I hadn't have done that. That just, man, I wish you'd have changed the format up a little bit. Maybe bring Destiny in there. It could have been like Destiny and Fuentes going back and forth, and you guys look like moderators or whatever. It went a different way. Right? It is what it is. It's like, yeah, bro, I can't back that, man. I don't like that at all. But Myron was like, hey, man, this is what we decided to do. It is what it is. We bring on different points of view. This is how we get down. All right, cool. I ain't mad at you, but I got to tell you. And he's like, yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Simple as that. If you're going to talk about these things, then going back to H3 podcast team, if y'all going to talk about this stuff, man, it's been years, man. Look at the stuff. Watch it all. They're showing clips of Andrew Tate from, I don't know, 10 years ago. Hey, bro, it's just a clip. Watch the whole thing. Right? Is he saying crazy stuff? Yeah. Well, watch the whole thing. But again, if you're just doing this for clicks, if you're just doing this as an opportunity, maybe to get something, viral, they obviously don't have any respect for these dudes. They have no idea how sharp Myron the Fresh are. There was a point in this interview with H3, and they're talking about human trafficking. And Myron's like, bro, I investigated human trafficking. And this Ethan guy was like, well, that doesn't mean you have any knowledge. You're not an attorney. You have no idea how the legal system works. And Myron was like, are you insane? Like, I had to do the investigations so the legal people could do their thing in court. And I sat there, I was odd. I was sitting there like, is Ethan for real or is dude high? Does he even know what he just said? The dude, like, Myron had to break it down to him. Like, man, it was an 1800 series, bro. It's a federal investigator, man. Same as the FBI, ATF, or whatever. It's federal, it's an investigator, bro. Like, this is what I had to do. Of course, I'm familiar with the laws. How can I arrest you for breaking the law if I don't know the laws? Like, this Ethan dude, bro, this is a problem. Like, this is a problem with a lot of folks out there, man. Like, Ethan, you can definitely throw him on the left. You got people on the right, the same thing. They just don't have the ability to think, bro. And this Ethan dude, man, like, for real, he might be, what he was saying and the way he was moving like a very unintelligent person, bro. Like, he's moving like a dummy, man. Let's keep it 100. He was moving like the stuff he was doing, the stuff he was saying. Man, I think something's wrong with the guy, man.
So what are you like a
screen sharing?
false accuser?
So we
are you
can
doing
show you,
like
bro.
false accusation?
No, I'm
You making false
doing what you do,
accusations
bro.
all
I'm
day.
assuming that you
Mine
meant
are
us.
based on
when you said
evidence
the
that
N-word.
I show you.
No, I'm assuming when you said the N-word, you meant us. I'm assuming from what I heard.
Okay.
Isn't that what you do?
How
all the
dare
time?
you?
And then again, it's funny because you played that clip, but you haven't played it again. I said when you're in a committed relationship with a girl and she has pictures of herself half
Oh, you
naked
want
on
me
the
to play it
internet,
again?
that's different.
Do we have the?
So that's very important because
I'll play it
when she's
again.
with you and she does
You
that, that's a
think
problem.
So Ethan goes on to play the clip while Myron is trying to talk. So the clip is playing, Myron's trying to talk, right? There's absolutely nothing genuine about this Ethan guy or his team, this H3 team. It must be money, y'all. It must be money. It's like, we got to get a viral clip out of this. We got to rile up our base. We got to be able to do this or do that. And then it switched over to, they were talking about Myron's seeking arrangements profile, which Myron has put his profile up multiple times on the videos. You can find them. They're out there. And he talks about his strategy on how he uses seeking arrangements to source girls for dates or whatever he's trying to smash. And then you have women who come on that platform is like, yeah, I saw you on Seeking Arrangements. It's funny how the type of women that come on this platform are also the same women who are like on Seeking Arrangements and doing whatever they're trying to do, or they on OF or whatever. That's the game. That's how the game is played. That's just what they're doing. And every time they try to, they're like, well, we putting this guy on blast. We putting you out there. It's like, you're not putting anything out there, shorty. I got videos on how to do this. This is where I got the platform. This is where I got the text for this bio to put up here. And people are like, well, that's cringe. Okay. All right. Fine. It's cringe. It is what it is. But this is how he sources women on that particular platform. Seeking Arrangements is a platform where women are looking for men to give them money for their time. Women are seeking financial arrangements from powerful men. And it's cringe that some dude will have on their platform, they will have this statement in their bio saying all this stuff. That's cringe. That's cringy. On a platform that's designed for women to extract resources from men. All right. Like, I've never been on Seeking Arrangements. I don't know how it works. I've had people ask me about it over the years. I mean, the first time I heard about it was, I think, like right around 2010 or something like that. Someone was asking me about it. It might have been a little later. I can't remember. And I was like, bro, I never heard of it. And they were like, yeah, I've done it. And dudes are basically paying women to go out on dates and other things. It starts with a date. So the women are like, well, I will go out with you, but you have to guarantee me that I'm going to go here and eat at this place. And I need money for a dress. I need you to give me the money so I can go buy the dress. And I need whatever. That's pretty much how that platform was working, to my understanding. And what Myron and Fresh are saying, and they've said this on Fresh and Fit, it was on one of their Womanizing Wednesdays episodes over 2 years ago at this point. They're like, this is how you source. And like, and if you go on here, if you go on Seeking Arrangements, you'll see some of the same women that are on Tinder and Bumble and Hinge and Match and whatever. Like, you see the same women. Only difference is these women that hit you back on Seeking Arrangements because they believe that you are of a certain status. And you have to be, the men have to pay a lot of money to be on the site. I don't know how much it is. I think it's monthly. Maybe it's a few $100. I don't know. Maybe it's $1,000. I don't know. But it's money. In order for the guys to be on there, the guys have to register and pay a certain amount of money. So the women are fairly certain that the guys that they're interacting with on these type of sites, sugar sites, is what they call them. On Seeking Arrangements, the girls are pretty certain that the guy is of, some sort of value. So they're kind of using the site to vet out certain type dudes. Now, there's ways around that. You don't have to be a multimillionaire. You can, have your little second job, put some money on there, put up certain type pictures, put up a bio like similar to Myron's bio, and you're going to have girls hit you up. Most of those women are going to be asking for things. They're going to be looking for arrangements. And from that point, you just got to work your piece. And that's what they were talking about. This is the new dating game. This is the world that I ain't no way in hell I'm going to do something like that. It's just not going to happen. But, for the young dudes coming up, they have to, that's one way to source. And then you have the regular dating apps. That's a way to source. And you got, social media, Instagram and all that, ways to source. YouTube is a way to source. Right? Snapchat and all that. And then you're going out meeting people in person and you're meeting people through your social circles and stuff like that. Right? So all that is part of this new dynamic within the dating landscape. Right? This is how the dating world works. It's crazy out there. It's crazy. And I'm an old dude. We talk about that over here. Like, bro, it's crazy out there. So Ethan was talking about that. He threw this up there, right? The Tate stuff he threw up there. The anti-Semitic stuff he threw up there. The racism stuff he threw up there. They were throwing all this stuff trying to get Myron and Fresh mad, and it didn't work.
On a high-ticket coaching business that nobody's booking. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Who knows? And I'm realizing that Notorious B.I.G.'s song "Mo Money, Mo Problems" is disappointingly true.
Ethan, nice try, but
I'm hoping you don't add to that disappointment. Are you having money, mo money, mo problems?
Yep.
Damn.
So
I have more money than you.
I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to go over this bio with you because just so you know.
Just little stuff like this. You see what Ethan Klein is doing, man. And the whole thing about I got more money than you, he's trying to bait Myron into dudes with money and people with money. They're not going to get into I have more than you do kind of conversation. Like, bro's doing good, man. over 16 properties, over 16 rental properties in multiple states. The Fresh and Fair podcast brings in quite a bit of money. I mean, all you got to do is go on Social Blade and look at, just kind of look at their numbers, look at their estimates on their super chats and stuff like that. And that's just YouTube. They're on Rumble. They have other ways of getting people to make, to donate and invest in the platform and stuff like that. Whenever they throw a party, bro, it sells out. It sells out like within hours. And their general admission prices to their parties are up there. And guess what? People are happy to buy those tickets and show up for those events when they have them. So when it comes to money, like Myron and Fresh are good. They could stop. They could come off of the platforms. They could never make another video. They could stop coaching, all that. They're good. They've been real smart with their money. Like people look at Fresh like, Fresh is doing the car thing. It's a business. That's one of his many businesses. They coach. Fresh has the CEO network. It's doing really well. It's a lot of people in that network, man. And Fresh is really good at networking. I tell people all the time, if you're going to join something, man, join that. I think it's $100 a month. Myron. It's very expensive to get Myron on the phone. If you want a coaching session with Myron, he's going to charge you a whole lot of money. And there are people paying for it. So he turns down more offers than he actually does. Now, Myron's also a loyal dude. I can reach out to Myron. If I got an issue and talk to Myron, he's going to tell me what's up. He'll answer me, but we have a relationship. But if you're just somebody you out there looking for coaching, you want him to mentor you and talk to him at length about real estate, about investments, about whatever, doing a podcast, working out, eating right, he's going to charge you a lot of money. It is what it is. Like, dude's in demand. In order for him to take time out of his day to talk to a person one-on-one for a coaching session for an hour, that means there's stuff he cannot do. So it's going to cost a lot of money if that's what you want. So for Ethan to say something like that, like, well, I got more money than you. I don't know. I don't, you can hear him like, the dude is off, man. This Ethan Klein dude is off. I don't understand.
This bio has been copied by thousands of people.
Yeah.
Okay, just so you know.
Oh.
And I can explain to you why I use the certain phrases that I use in
cocky,
here.
but here's some of my numbers. Only 4% of male population is over 6'2".
Yep.
Less than 3% of males make over 300,000. Only 5% of men are in shape with abs.
All
and
factual.
only most other men have a personality that actually makes them desirable to women. I have to invest in these other three so that we don't have to think about that. You lucked out. I have all three in one package. So yeah. Yes,
Okay.
girl, zesty snap. I'm picky for a reason.
Yep.
Beauty in women is common, but high value men are not.
Yep.
Be prepared to compete.
Yep. So
On
Ethan,
God.
Ethan, here's the thing: when you write profiles, you'd be surprised. When a woman finds you attractive, she actually does read your profile. They spend a lot of time reading it. And the way you phrase things, well, hold on.
It's just cringy.
Because no, you can say it's cringy, but there's a reason why thousands of men have copied it, and I get messages from girls all the time saying, "Yo, this is literally your profile." Okay, they'll use my pictures and they'll use that same exact verbiage. Now, here's the thing: I'm using a bunch of things here. I'm using cocky funny. I'm using crazy arrogance. Now, here's the thing: women will sit there and say, "I don't like assholes. I don't like cocky guys." But guess what? What they're aroused by versus what they're attracted to are two different things.
Yeah.
Women love assholes like me. And the other thing too is you need to let women know that you're better than them. Okay. And I know that sounds like a foreign concept to you, but women date up.
Married.
Okay. So women date up, right? Women want a man that's better than them. You need to exemplify that. Now, on a site like, and here's the thing, you got to use different game on different sites. I would never have a profile like that on Tinder or on Bumble, but on Seeking, you need to have a profile like that because you're dealing with some of the bougiest of bougie women. So you need to fight fire with fire in that situation.
Bougie women, you think bougie women would read that and respond? That's funny.
You'd be surprised. They actually do. And you know, here's the other thing too.
3%.
Here's the other thing too.
Be prepared to compete.
Yes.
I've seen it firsthand. He ain't lying to you,
I get
bro.
hundreds of messages. I showed my Seeking
Hundreds.
profile before with people talk shit, and I've literally shown my SI profile. SA profile.
It's not your fault.
I literally show.
You don't know how to enter a respectful. You don't know how to enter a relationship that is meaningful and strong enough that it would be turned into a fruitful marriage. You do not. You lack that potential, and I think that's sad.
How do you know
and
that?
I hope that you guys pursue with your girlfriends, who are lovely ladies.
Let me ask you something,
all over
Ethan.
again.
Hold on. You're saying that we don't know how. wouldn't it be fair to say that if I've hooked up with a bunch of girls and I've dealt with a bunch of women, I'm probably going to be a good assessor of a good versus a bad woman due to my experience? Wouldn't that be fair to say? When you're going to go out to,
if it's true, you should have found your wife by now.
Ethan.
well, Ethan.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh God. You just
This is what I'm talking about, bro. Like talking to someone like Ethan Klein, man. I hope that Ethan's wife never leaves him. I really do, because guys like Ethan Klein, this dude right here, this dude who seems to be a little bit off. I don't know if he's on something. I don't know if it's prescribed something. I don't know if he's, self-medicating. I don't know if he's on the spectrum. But if he loses her, bro, them the type of dudes is like, all right, that's it, done. He's man. I hope she never leaves him. I hope she just, man, this shit right here, boy. Brother Casual Germs of the building. What's good, fam? Like, this was wild to watch, bro. I tried to watch it. Oh, every time I was watching on one site, it was shut down. This was after the live or whatever. It shut down, and then I would have to go watch it on another, like go watch a clip and then come back and it would be up again on Fresh and Fit. It was crazy, bro. It was like nothing but emotions from Ethan. Facts, bro. Facts. Nothing but emotion. There's a lot of very, very emotional men in America these days, man. A lot of very emotional men. And people say, well, that's because, more and more women are raising kids alone and single, and young boys are growing up with only the feminine and not the masculine, right? With only the yin and not the yang. And it's readily apparent in what's going on out here. And this is why I say that everybody, especially men, but every American should have to serve in the United States military. If it was up to me, not only would you serve in the United States military, but you will all go to airborne school. You go to your little basic training, no matter what branch you're in. You go to basic training, you'll go to advanced training, and then you will go to airborne school. And that's going to get all that bitch out of everybody. You know what I mean? When you get your knees in the breeze, it makes you a brand new human. You want to be born again for real? Walk out of an aircraft while in flight. That's all I'm saying. That's how I see it. Right? All the way airborne, baby. That's how I see it. It gives you a perspective, man. When you put your life on the line, bro, it gives you purpose. It gives you meaning. I think that this guy, Ethan, man, he has no purpose. He has no meaning. He's just out there, bro. He hates himself, man. It's a lot of people like that, bro. A lot of people like that. If you listen to the stuff that he was saying to Myron, gosh, man, I'm hearing a lot of jealousy. I'm like, bro, all you got to do is get into the gym. All you got to do is eat right. All you got to do is come off them meds, bro. Get your testosterone back, bro. Get out here, man. Do some work, man. Run, walk, swim, do something. Do some push-ups. Do a sit-up. Shout out to Sebastian Maniscalco. That was one of his funniest punchlines, man, before the millions, man. Just watching Sep do his thing. Do a sit-up. But it's too many dudes out here like that, man. They way emotional. Right? And then if something goes wrong, they get wrecked. They find themselves in the system. Oh my God, man. They just can't handle it.
just don't get it, man. You just don't get it.
We can't change him.
This married guy doesn't understand dating at all.
No, you don't. Because when we asked you earlier,
the game.
trick question, by the way, when we asked you earlier, you didn't give any real way for men to meet women in the modern day world.
That's not my business. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I haven't written a guide.
So then you are not equipped to have this conversation with us and to try to debate our tactics when they clearly work.
Unfortunately,
now it's not that deep.
Yeah.
Now it's not that. When you're losing, and now it's not that deep.
You bring up.
Yeah, now it's not that deep when I'm explaining to you the nuances and how that's important when it comes to attracting women, and the platform that you're on.
5% of men are in shape with abs.
The platform that you're on dictates how you deal with the women. When you're on a site like that, when you're dealing with women that are some of the most attractive, by the way, that are dealing with multimillionaires, multi-billionaires, etc., you have to be hyper competitive and also let girls know that, beauty is common for me. You're just a regular chick. It is what it is. You have to almost knock these girls off their bitch pedestal. But you wouldn't know that because you haven't dated in 2024 and you're not dealing with modern day women.
and know how to have a healthy relationship.
Okay, so you are not equipped to give men dating advice in today's day and age.
Ethan,
As a
Ethan,
healthily married
is a serious
man with
question,
a
Ethan.
family, I don't have it. I'm not in a position.
If you became single tomorrow,
yeah, I
you
will
would
say-
have no fucking clue on how to navigate the modern day
Ethan,
dating
if you got
marketplace.
divorced tomorrow, what would you do? to
The
find a girlfriend?
marketplace. You guys are so funny.
What's up, Ethan? If you got divorced, what would you do?
Go knock on your mom's door.
No, good.
You see what I'm saying? That right there. He was talking crazy about Fresh. Ethan knows. Even someone as laid back as Fresh. You say one more thing about my mom, I'm gonna smack that right out your mouth. And he understands that. This is where the cowardice comes in. If you big like that, bro, you trying to get down like that, bro, say it to me in the room, man. Myron and Fresh are in Florida, Ethan's in California. Right? And what cowards don't realize, man, there's some people out here in the real world that will come find your ass. You say some fly shit like that. People don't understand how it's easy to find folks in America, bro. It's easy. And I've seen it a million times. I done seen dudes like Ethan, man, get their head cracked open because they said something fly and the motherfucker caught up with him. Right? And he know he wrong. And that's the worst part about it. I'm not advocating violence. I'm just letting you know that's the world we live in. There's some people out here who will come find you. Like these people, like the people in the chats, the folks that be putting up fake emojis and the people, especially in Rumble, the shit that they be saying. Like, bro, them people, man, some of these folks will find your ass. Then what? You know what I mean? If I was single, I'd come see your mom. What? Word? And then you can hear the people, the H3 people laughing in the background. Word? Okay. Like, okay, cool. That shit just don't go away. 2 years, 3 years down the road, man, somebody run up on you, make shit. It might be Fresh. Catch him somewhere with no cameras on, nobody around. And then what do the cowards say? What do people like Ethan say when they get caught up? Why are you doing this? Why? Why are you doing this? Damn, if I had $1 for every time some punk dude got himself into a situation and started screaming, why? I have a couple $1 million, man. For real. You hear it all the time. Why are you doing this? Why? Because you said something fly, bro. You know, it was just a few centuries ago, man, when people like, you know, your honor meant something. You would say something like this, bro. Like someone with demand satisfaction, bro. What does that mean? You standing on the hill, right, midday or sunrise, and you guys are right. I demand satisfaction. Hey, bro, take back what you said now. Apologize now. No, okay. Duels were a real thing, and all it was men standing up and protecting their honor, protecting their honor of their women. Dudes back in the day, I think one of the last recorded duels, a guy shot another guy in a duel, two guys actually, over a woman who's a 304, but he had to defend her honor because he married a 304. And she was out here banging and doing all kind of stuff. And he was a soldier, he was an officer, right? In Her Majesty's Army. He was an officer, an infantryman out doing his thing or whatever, coming back home. She messing around with some other dude. Now he got to go beat the dude up or whatever. And the guy, you know, I demand satisfaction. Now you had to go duel. Yeah, now we got to go do a duel. Pop, the guy's gone. The guy, you know, the soldier goes off again for king and country. Comes back, same thing. She done got another dude. She messing with. She's a 304, but it was his wife, so he had to defend her honor. There he is, standing there. You know what I mean? Standing there at dawn on a foggy hill somewhere, standing across another dude. Pop, another one gone. We don't have that anymore. And I'm not advocating for that. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be permanent, but I am advocating for, hey, we got a problem. I demand satisfaction. Let's get in the ring. Put on some gloves. Let's get in the ring. Let's go a few rounds. Let me get this off real quick. You know, I'm not advocating that someone pays the ultimate price, but you know, when they should get beat up. Casual Jones is right, man. He was childish as fuck. You're right about that. A simple phone number would get you caught up. It sure will. Simple phone number get you an email address. Your Instagram handle might get you caught up. There's people out here who specialize in finding folks.
Good one. Not even a legit.
It was good. It wasn't that bad.
Not even a
We're
legit.
just being silly now. We're just being silly.
No,
We're just being silly.
Yeah, do your fan.
No, we're not even. No. We're not even gonna go with the ad
I
hominems
got you,
because
coconuts.
that's
you
all
look
you've done.
sad.
You didn't get
You
anything.
look
that's all you've done.
emotional.
Is
You
just
got
take ad hominem
emotion.
attacks. But all jokes aside, Ethan,
Got you with
how
the
would
mama
you,
joke.
Ethan, since you want to go ahead and criticize my essay profile and how I deal with women, etc., right, and say that I have an
Your
8 body
sexual
count,
assault profile. Why would you want to? Why would you want to
my
advertise
sexual
that?
assault profile,
You've denied it.
my sexual assault profile. Okay.
You
Anyway,
said essay profile. I mean, Jesus,
Seeking
man.
arrangement.
seeking arrangement is what it stands for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got the two mixed up. I was.
This is what I mean about this guy, man. Like, I don't know if he was playing there or not. I really don't know if he was playing there or not. You know, Ethan Klein thinks he's a very smart guy. Like he's taken his clout and he's taken this Instagram fame, this YouTube fame, and somehow has conflated it into him being this wise, you know, intelligent human. You see it all the time, bro. You go to Hollywood, man. Some of the dumbest people I've ever had conversations with are out there in Hollywood land, bro. It's Hollywood. It's Hollyweird for a reason. Ethan Klein is one of these dudes, bro. It's part of Hollyweird. The man can't even interview people. You got a big platform. You can't even interview people without having to go run to your therapist and take pills. Like, come on, man. And the only reason he's doing this with Myron and Fresh is somehow he thinks he's above these guys. Now he's going to go back and he's going to probably disable his comments and read everything that's been going on with all this. And he's going to, he's going to go spiral into some sort of depression again because he thought for sure, yeah, watch me go in here and do this. And everyone's going to be like, even his own people, like, yeah, bro, that's pretty cowardly, man. Like, why wouldn't you have them in the studio? You know what I mean? Hey, you're a tough guy. Why wouldn't you? You're talking about Fresh's mother, bro. They did it more than once. You know what I mean? It's like you calling a man coconuts. You said you wouldn't do it anymore, and you kept doing it. It's just one of those things. Brother Pitney's in the building. What's good, fam? Good to see you. It's like H3 is an L. He always deflects and changes topics whenever Myron has him cornered. Yeah, he does. He absolutely does, man. I mean, and like I said, bro, cowards, man, they die 1,000 deaths, bro. And it is what it is. And they know who they are. That's why he has to take all the pills, man. That's why he needs so much therapy, bro. He knows he's less than. You know who else knows? His wife. But it's cool because she married that. He was that when he met her, when they met, when she met him or he met her, whatever. She knew it. Like, that's who he is. She married a coward. It happens. Women fall in love with who they fall in love with, bro. It's all good. Good thing he found her. He's got a woman in his corner. Good thing. Right? But I mean, man, for real, why did H3 want this stream with Myron and Fresh, bro? It's crazy. Brother Pitney saying his chat was set to either member or subscriber only during this exchange. Right, because he doesn't want the smoke. He knows that he is on a decline. I mean, that's the only thing that Myron and Fresh say about this. They call him Ethan Decline or whatever. Right. And again, this is just the cowardly way out. You're going to talk about the man's mother. This is the cowardly way out. And then all your people laughing in the background. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun and games, right? Until somebody punches you in your damn mouth. You know what I mean? You definitely right, bro. L3 for real. Like L3 for real. It's all fun and games. And if you associate with cowards, bro, then that's how I see you. So the whole H3 podcast team, all the producers, whoever's doing all the talking, trying to sound all big, man, all y'all are cowards, bro. Every single one of you. You're cowards, man, and y'all know it. Now, if you're just doing this for the money, whatever. But what do we say over here, bro? All money ain't good money. Period. There's consequences to your actions, bro. And there's way too many Americans walking around right now, men and women. I know, on the red pill side, and they be like, oh, these women don't have to worry about consequences to their actions. Well, there's a lot of dudes out there too. This Ethan dude ain't the only one. It's a lot of dudes out here too. You know what I mean? They out here moving the way they move. They moving feminine, man. They moving like hoes, bro. There's a lot of 3 or 4 dudes out there, bro. And that's why these women aren't happy. Why you think these young women are talking to old dudes like me? I don't have any problem going out here talking to these young women, bro. They eagerly come over for a conversation, bro. They jump right into my orbit, man. They come over and talk. Why? Because they are starved for attention from men. They are sick of dealing with these type dudes right here. And again, you know, he ain't the only one. All them stories I tell y'all about what married women be doing out there in LA, bro. My God, why do they do it? Because they're married to cowards, bro. They married to men that it just maybe it made sense on paper, right? But they're not, you know what I mean? They're just not sexually desirable. These women are going out looking for that. Like, all right, I'm cool. We got the house, you know what I mean? We got kids. We got the 401k. We got retirement. We take vacations, whatever. I get to wear whatever I want to wear. I get the bag, whatever bag I want, drive whatever car I want. But I don't even want to sleep with my dude. This guy's a coward. I can't stand this dude. Right? They put the dudes in situations all the time. Like the women shit test these guys all the time, and the dudes just fall for it, bro. When women do this, man, it doesn't help you, bro. These guys going out here trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. So you save her. Right? But she still ain't gonna smash you like that. And when she do smash you, it's the jellyfish thing, bro. Why? Because it deep down, she knows you ain't shit. Coward. And then, you know what I mean? And who is she smashing? The bad boys, the F boys, right? The funny dudes. Who is she smashing? The dudes with game. It is what it is. These guys know it. I mean, God dog, bro. Like the people, I mean, when it comes to like low self-esteem, and they like to say that women have low self-esteem, when you go to LA, bro, the men out there, the self-esteem that the men out there have is extremely low in the gutter. Like, bro, I've never seen dudes walking up like, I'm cool enough, right? I look good, right? I'm cool, right? You know what I mean? Like, we're cool. Fuck is this we shit, Kimosabi? I don't know you. Get away from me, cuz. Right? I know what I'm doing. You get away from me. It ain't just LA. It's just LA is a place where if you really want to see it, it's right there. It's right there, man. Just these guys have no self-confidence at all. And they wonder why they can't get on. They get just enough courage to put themselves in the space. They'll go somewhere, they'll pay money to be somewhere, then they'll get there and they don't know how to talk to women. They go up, they say something stupid, and the woman's like, oh, why would you say something like that? And now she's a 3 or 4 and he wants to talk crazy to her, like start calling her names and stuff like that because he's trying to make himself look better. Nah, man. So many dudes out there like that, man. There's just so many dudes like that, bro. And this Ethan guy, man, kept talking about Fresh's mom, bro. Like, that's out of bounds, man. Fresh's mom ain't got nothing to do with nothing, bro. That's out of bounds, man. And notice he didn't say anything foul about Myron or Myron's people. He didn't say nothing foul about Myron's mother. He wasn't saying none of that. He wasn't calling Myron. All he called Myron was Myron. He was calling Fresh coconuts. And he called him, your name is Walter. Okay, I'm going to call you Walter. He's just completely disrespectful. Like I said, Fresh don't come from the world I come from. If he came from my world, I'm like, yo, bro, where you at? Like, I'm on my way to LA. I'm finna go see this fat boy. I'm finna go see this fat boy right now. And I'm like, whatever you do, man, open hand, bro. Don't ball your fist up. Just go ahead and smack him, bro. Right? That's just go ahead and smack him. One's a felony, one's a misdemeanor. Yeah, he called him Cocoa Buddy. He sure did, man. Again, so disrespectful. He ain't had none of that smoke from Myron. None of it. Brother Penny, like the internet has created a new generation of men, quote unquote, that tuck their tail between their legs after saying things they're unwilling to stand behind. That's not a new thing, bro. It's just more of them because it's easier because of technology. But like I said, y'all know I'm old. Dudes have been talking reckless for a long time. I can't tell you how many times. I remember I think I told y'all the story of how I got expelled in the 5th grade. Right? Did I tell y'all that story? I think did I tell y'all that story? Did I ever tell y'all about how I got evicted kicked out of school in the 5th grade, man? I got expelled. Did I tell y'all? Let me know if I told y'all. Oh, I guess I didn't tell y'all. All right, here we go.
Everybody sit down, please. It's story time. It's story time.
I thought I told y'all, man. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I told it on somebody's podcast. I thought it was this one. Before I get into it, Casual Jones is like, Myron tempted him to. Myron made a bomb joke and Ethan didn't cross the line. Coward. Yeah, coward. But he wants to go after Fresh. And here's the thing, man. Fresh is like 6 feet, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Fresh is right around my height. He's working out like crazy. He's an athlete, bro. Like, Fresh can run. Like, dude got speed, man. He got wheels, bro. He plays tennis. You know what I mean? Like, dude. I mean, I don't know if he had that killer instinct in him or not. I would say no because he coming from where he came from. But, bro, you start talking about moms. I don't know, bro. But anyway, here we go. Here's the story. So I was in the 5th grade, and I was being bussed back then. You guys probably read about this. The old people know what I'm talking about. You young folks, back in the day, to try to racially integrate certain cities, they would bus kids from the inner city to the suburbs to go to school, and it was to get better educational opportunities. First of all, because the schools were better. They had better teachers. They had more resources, and the inner city schools, were they were just shit, bro. Just keep it 100. We just had to work with what we had. So I was in a bad mood because I was being bussed out to another the other side of town, actually. You know what I mean? I was an East Side kid. They busted me out to the West Side. So I'm at the school. I get bussed there. Like, and when you're one of these kids, you can't really participate in all the extracurricular stuff, right? So you can't play on the flag football team. You can't play on the basketball team. You can't like join the scouts or whatever. Because all that stuff happened after school, and you would need a parent or a guardian to come and get you. And like I said, like my mom's worked at night. There was just no way that we didn't have the resources or we didn't have the personnel to be able to drive me home from school every day. Whatever. So I already got my little attitude or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm already lightweight mad, right? So we're black kids dropped into a white bubble. Right. So here we are. It's just a handful of us in the school, man. It might have been shit, bro. It might have been 30 of us, 30 black kids in this school from the hood. And there might have been a couple black kids who actually lived in that part of town, which was a really good part of town. But it wasn't many of us. So anyway, we're playing a game, box hockey, and I don't know if you guys ever played this game, box hockey, but it's basically a box, and it's supposed to be like hockey, and you got like a little wooden puck, and they give you wooden sticks, and then you have to get the pucks through these like little goals or whatever. Just a little game. We didn't have that in the hood because they don't like to give us stuff like sticks, right? So playing box hockey, man, and one of the black kids came up to me and said something, and he said something. I don't remember what he said. I'm pretty sure he said something about, I don't know, my mama, like mama jokes were big back then. Maybe he said something about mama or something. Well, he said something to me. I didn't like what he said, so I beat him with the stick I had in my hand, right? Bam, I go to the office. And that began a short year of me at that school because I was constantly fighting. I don't know if this kid was like the big bully or had a bunch of other kids who was his friends or whatever, but after I fought him, I was just fighting everybody, right? Every time I got suspended for 3 days for that one. I hit dude, I got suspended for 3 days. I came back. You know what I mean? Some other dudes ran up on me. I beat them up. I got suspended for a week, came back. This went on and on for maybe a quarter, maybe the second quarter. And by the time, second quarter rolled around, my grades were slipping, of course. I wasn't doing the work. I was just a bad kid. I was that bad black kid, right? And this is in the 80s. You know what I mean? There was no counselors or whatnot. So one day the principal has me come to his office, and it's an older white guy. He's an old school dude. He's coming up on retirement. He don't know how to deal with what's going on. Like, you got these inner city kids being forced into your school and whatnot. I'm one of them kids. And I'm I'm in the office. Dude tells me, he's like, get on your knees. So it's an old white dude in his office, and he tells me to get on my knees. I get out the chair. I get on my knees. I'm on my knees. I'm on the floor. He gives me a hammer. No, he puts the hammer on the floor. He said, pick up the hammer. Pick up the hammer. He's like, put your hand on the floor. And I do that. And he's like, now hit your hand with the hammer. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And he was like, see, you're not so stupid. Right? This is what this old white man said to me. So I stood up. I'm a fifth grader. I stood up, and now I'm standing in front of this man with a hammer. And I said, well, I might not be stupid enough to hit myself in the hand with a hammer. I'm like, but you know, I got anger issues, and you just gave me a hammer. So who's stupid? That was it. I couldn't go back to the school. I was done. I never stepped foot in that school again. They got me out of there. I'm surprised I didn't face any kind of charges. And I think the reason behind that is he gave me a weapon. The stuff that he said to me, I'm in a room by myself with this man. There were so many things that he did wrong. Even for the 80s, they were like, yeah, bro, this is, like, was this the 80s? This was the late 70s, early 80s. So even like for the, they couldn't get me. If I had like done something like pushing me away and just grabbed the hammer and chased him with it, I'm sure they would have arrested me. But because he gave me the weapon and because he did all the things that he did, right? That's the world I came up in, right? There was consequences for my actions. There was consequences for that white man's actions. We both paid the price. He had to retire. They made him retire. And in fact, 2 years later, I had to go that year. I had to go to my neighborhood school. My principal from the neighborhood school went to the school on the west side of town and became the principal there. So it was just by coincidence. And then she went out to that school, and that school went on to do great things or whatever. They got rid of that dude. But consequences, y'all. Consequences. And I'm pretty sure that old white man went to the police talking about, I don't understand. Why would he do something? Why? Like I said earlier before, when you catch somebody, why? Right? So they never let me back in that school again. And that was the first time I ever saw fear in a man's face. I was a kid. That white man was scared to death. And he knew I had a problem with anger, and I did. I beat people up. That's what I did. Right? The very first time I had to go into his office, I was there because I hit a boy in the face with a stick. And the boy said some foul stuff to me. But that's what happens. That's what happens. So when I see this stuff, I see dudes like Ethan Klein and all these other guys out here, these soft ass dudes out here talking all this stuff, right? Because of technology, and they think they're safe. They only saying it because they think they're safe. But what the rappers say, man, it ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe out here in this world, bro. Nowhere in this world. Not here in America, not in UK, not in Australia, nowhere. It ain't safe, man. Especially if you're out here talking crazy. Myron and Fresh are cool guys. Stand-up dudes. They're like, all right, damn, ain't really looking for no drama like that. But it is what it is. Laying the voice in the building. What's good, sis? Yeah, I had to do a late night show, sis. I had to. My schedule is crazy right now. My daughter's on spring break. We're promoting like crazy for this comedy show that we have coming up on the 22nd. So I missed the show today at 6, and then I was just gonna get up early in the morning, but then I saw this video. I saw this live with Myron, Fresh, and Ethan Klein, and I had to speak on it, sis. Good to see you, though. Good to see you. So yeah, man, just understand we move in a world where some people come from a very, very violent place. This is just true. I mean, it is. I think it's more so the case now than it was even when I was growing up. Even though like violence was accepted, bro. Like even the white boys was dealing with violence. Like, and in Cincinnati when we were growing up, man, it was basically white and black, man. It wasn't, yeah, there were Asian folks there, and I'm pretty sure some Latinos there, but all we saw was white and black. When I filled out the forms, like you had to take your little test and had to fill out the race demographic. We had 3 choices, man. It was white, black, other. We had to fill in one of those bubbles. You were either white, you were either black, or you were other. Like that's how now the forms like 3 pages of whatever. You can be Asian of this descent, African, but not African American, and Latin, but black. Bro, it's 3 pages of choices now. But back then, white, black, other. right? Cincinnati, Midwest, blue collar town, Porkopolis, right? Everybody knew how to fight. White boys knew how to fight. Black dudes knew how to fight. It was what it was. Everybody knew how to fight. Everybody knew how to stand their ground. It wasn't no running home to your mama. You got people like this nowadays, right? These cowardly dudes out here talking all this, talking loud, and when it's time to do something, they run. They're going to run. They're going to tell the police. They're going to run. Like, it is what it is. Your brother Cousin Jones, like, I miss that style of leadership. Yeah, bro, you should lead from the front. Why y'all think I say that all the time? You know what I mean? Lead from the front. That's what you got to do, man. Lead from the front. Don't be afraid. Stand your ground, man. That's it, man. At the end of the day, bro, like, we all gonna die, man. We all gonna die, man. And when it comes, that moment comes for you. When you look back on your life, man, they say your whole life plays out in front of you. Right? What are you gonna see? Are you gonna be proud of what you see for the most part? Like, we've all done some shameful stuff, but you know what I mean? Like, when it's time for me to go and they replay my life in front of me, it's gonna be one hell of a movie. I'm here to tell you, bro. One hell of a movie. The military stuff alone is, man, exciting. The street stuff, exciting, scary, but exciting. Making the right decisions. You know what I mean? Like, standing up for what's right. I'm gonna see that in my playback. What's this Ethan Klein gonna see in his playback? What are men like that gonna see in their playback? You know what I mean? But the Captain Jones, like, my favorite book was The Outsiders. I never read that one, bro. We got Brother Nightish in the building. What's good, fam? Good to see you, man. Y'all up late. I'm surprised y'all up this late, man. Y'all just like me. Y'all can't sleep. Y'all can't sleep, man, like me. But yeah, man, like, this Ethan Klein dude, bro, like, I just don't understand. I want to watch. Let's watch a little bit more of this video, man.
So you thinking
Assuming.
about the other one.
Yeah, assuming, yeah.
Assuming like you've done before and you got debunked. The whole show, by the way. So yeah, Ethan, that's a valid question. How would you go about? What would you do if you got divorced tomorrow? Let's say your girl decided to work out and find a Chad better than you. What are you gonna do?
If I got divorced tomorrow,
Yeah.
I would go out onto the marketplace and I would talk about how rich I am and how successful, and I would fuck so many bitches, dude.
All right, it's that easy. How would you go about it specifically?
Listen, this girl on the left is 18. She's drinking out of a red cup. Girl.
So Ethan wanted to get back to his talking points. And again, this is a podcast from well over 2 years ago. This was in the other studio. And even women who were there that night was saying, like, nah, man, like, they don't get the girls drunk. They were all from some White Claws or whatever. Other women that's when Myron the Fresh, that's why they have women there. Other women were being there, like, no, this isn't what we're doing. They've had women who were like far left type women who went on the show and came back. It was like, yeah, man, like, Myron and Fresh, they're straight edge. Like, straight edge came from them. They were like, nah, them dudes are pretty straight edge. And he was like, they were like sitting there with the girls and they're like, yeah, I was expecting it to be this raunchy, crazy. And it's not like that. Like, they do a really good job of explaining to the women on the platform how this works. You know, but then you got people like Ethan Klein who are just like, I got my mind made up. It is what it is. I'm going to say these things. I don't have to worry about somebody, just coming back on me. And it comes back on them in multiple ways. Multiple ways. It's like, you're not even answering the questions. Like, what would Ethan Klein do if he got divorced, man? He'd be crushed like every other man. He would be crushed. He would be lost. He wouldn't know what to do. And if he didn't delete himself, he would fall down a red pill rabbit hole. He would go through red pill rage. And then he would, maybe he would wind up a black pillar. You know what I mean? Who knows? Like, maybe he'd be one of those dudes that's like, I'm just not going to mess with women anymore. Maybe he would go MGTOW. Right? Maybe he would just focus on his children. Like, well, I'm just going to continue to do what I'm doing. I'm going to focus on my sons and just be there to try to help them out. Who knows what he would do? But when and as far as getting women, it's like, all right, dude got clout, dude has money, but if he gets divorced, he's going to lose a lot of that bread. So, I'm sure Ethan Klein has groupies. Like, again, highly weird, bro. It works that way, man. There are women out there who are going to come after you simply because They believe you have some clout and you might be able to do something for them. It is what it is. But they were getting to his pockets. He has no clue how to move in today's dating world. And if he were to lose his wife, which I hope he doesn't, I don't wish divorce and going through the family court system on any man. On any man. That is a horrific system. I've been through a lot in my life, bro. Everything you can think of. I'm talking about life-threatening stuff. I'm talking about fighting for my life, running for my life, jumping out of airplanes, doing that, training for war, going to war. I've done a lot in my life, bro. I've hyperventilated once in my life, and guess where I was when it happened? Sitting outside the courtroom, about to go in. I had no idea what was going on with me. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If you've ever hyperventilated, hey, bro, I'm here to tell you. I was like, what the hell? I thought I would, bro. People say this all the time. I thought I was dying, man. I really did. Like, I'm looking around. I'm just like, what the hell? I mean, bro, it was beginning to become difficult to breathe. My heart was racing. My hands were shaking. I couldn't stop shaking. I'm looking around like, what the hell is going on? And then it hit me. I was like, oh, I think I'm hyperventilating, because I've talked to people and I've seen stories and I've read things about people going through that, and everything that they said, I was thinking, and I'm like, all right. So I sat there and I just began to breathe deeply. I began to do my best to control my heart rate, to slow everything down, took nice, smooth, easy breaths, right? I began to stretch. Even though I was sitting down, I began to stretch, right? I closed my eyes. I calmed myself. It took me about 10 minutes to get my shit right. I calmed myself. I'm like, I'll be damned. I just had an episode. I was fucking hyperventilating. And the reason that is, especially in my case, and I can't speak for everybody, but the reason that is because I was helpless. I couldn't do shit. I couldn't do nothing. If I'm in a combat situation, I got my weapon, I got my wits, I got my training, I can do shit. I can move, I can do whatever. I could call for fire, I can give orders, I can take orders, I can see the objective, I know what the mission is. I'm in control. I can handle this. If I'm in the streets and something going down, all right, I got choices. I ain't, whatever. All right, if dude come over here talking crazy. If dude get closer, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pick up this brick, or I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull out this thing I got tucked in my belt, or I'm gonna grab this bottle. I'm gonna do whatever. Like, all right, I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna grab dude. Okay, cool. I'm ready for this. But when you're in a court system, you're in a scenario where you're sitting in, especially the family court, when you know this shit is Mickey Mouse anyway. This ain't like real court. Because you didn't do any, you didn't break any laws. You in here and you got strangers completely in control of what's about to happen to you. Like, your instincts tell you, like, fuck, man, this is not the place to be. What are you doing here? Get out of here. This is dangerous. When you find yourself in that situation, bro, and there's nothing you can do legally, because if you do something, they're going to lock you up for real. That's the problem with the family court system. You talk about these black pill dudes, like the black pillars and the MGTOW guys. Why do they think the way that they think? Because they've been through that. They've been through that, and they're not cowards. I'm not like Ethan. I'm not just going to sit back and let you do whatever to me. That's his life. That's what cowards do. Cowards run and hide. I'm not a coward. But I understand if I do something, I'm getting locked up. Right? Or worse. That's the worst part of the family system. That's why it needs to be reformed. People don't understand that. The people just don't get it. You know what I mean? This shit's crazy. Crazy. Casual Jones, Outsiders is about a white gang. The Greasers. Oh, I seen a movie about that, didn't I? Doing a gangbanging stuff, and Pony Boy is a young dude trying to make a name for himself. Huh. I never read the book, The Outsiders, but I think they did a movie based on that book, bro. There it is. Yep, there it is. There's a movie about it. Yep. Yep. But the book is better. I read it in the public education school in the 90s. All right, cool. Yeah. I never read the book, but I did see the movie. Bro. That's Casual Jones. Brother Pitney, we just got done watching After Hours. I don't even watch the After Hours, bro. I just can't, man. I mean, sometimes I miss the good old days, man, when you would see like Bianca on there or even Nina the Pineapple on there, Slow Jams on there before whatever happened. You know what I mean? Like there was some good episodes. There was some good information being shared on that, After Hours platform. But now, man, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Lady knows like Fresh Fish again. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, them my dudes, girl. Them my dudes. Yeah, I had to talk about this particular. There's a bigger YouTuber who's out here just trying to set up Myron and Fresh. We had to talk about it, right? And what it's really about is just men being cowards, men not being men, right? We talk about it all the time, man. Like Xerxes said, man, like, the men are, today's man is made of women parts and the women are made of men parts. You know what I mean? Like, it's just women are alpha. And like I said, women, especially these young women, they are looking for real men. I don't care what you were hearing out here on the other side, mainstream media, the feminist talking points, man, all that's bullshit. I'm here to tell you, bro, especially these young women, they are starved for real male energy. Starved for it, bro. I see it every weekend. I see it whenever I go out. I see it. They are starved for it. They're sick and tired of dealing with these weirdos. They're sick and tired of dealing with these cowards. Some of them are not forced in a situation, but they settle into situations or whatever for whatever reasons. But what do they really want? They want a real man. Brother Casual Jones is like, that's why I love the Marine Corps infantry. That's right. People ask why I'm so calm under pressure. Yeah. Yep. It's internal. Yep. I'm not external. I'm smooth as water, bro. Listen. Even with all that, bro, I'm telling you, you find yourself in a system, a family court system or something like that, where, bro, like you are powerless to really do anything. If you allow your instincts to kick in, bro, something's gonna happen. Something bad's gonna happen to you, bro. And this is why men are like, it's not worth it. Not all men go through it. Not all, but those who do, I'm telling you, bro. Let them tell you. Only time in my life I ever had a panic attack, bro. Only time in my life. All the shit I've been through, all the things I've been into since I was a kid. Man, first time my life was ever in danger, bro, I was barely 10 years old. And I knew I was in trouble. I got out of the situation. But all the things I've been through, all the times my life has been in danger, all the times we've gone through stuff, the gunplay, the knife play, the bats, all that. Never once was I like, sitting around shaking or hyperventilating. Never once. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, damn, this is real. Sitting outside of family court in Van Nuys, California. Sitting there, hyperventilating. It's a good thing I realized what I was going through, because I ain't gonna lie, man. I was like, I'm gonna need some help. Like, somebody got to help me. I didn't know what was going on. But once I figured it out, I was like, all right, let me calm myself down. I couldn't believe it, man. Could not believe it. Brother Pitney, the good old days back when they were in the Panorama. Yeah, the Panorama Towers. Yes. I was in there. I haven't been in a new studio yet, man. I haven't been to Miami in a while. Just up here working on some stuff. I was supposed to be in Miami this weekend, had to cancel the trip because of the comedy show. So I'm hoping to get down there hopefully sometime this summer and try to catch them. Like last time I was in Miami, they were out of town. But I definitely want to get over and check out the new studio. But like this whole
next to her,
this whole thing with Ethan trying to do this Ethan stuff and that whole team, bro, that whole H3 podcast team, bro, like there's no honor there. None. There's no honor there at all. None.
All right. There's
Like,
water
what
in those
the
cups.
fuck?
That's what everyone believes.
Yo, bro,
Like, bro, they don't
you
know
are
each other.
trying so
You're
hard
trying
to
so
reach.
hard, man.
And I say, bro,
Hey,
That's creepy.
coconuts.
creepy, bro.
Is this what it's like when you go to like McDonald's? What would you want to order today? You tell
me, buddy.
me.
Ethan, how much does it cost?
You need to
You
fire your
tell me.
assistants. They had all this time, and that's the best meme they could come with.
It's funny.
I thought they would have come up with like me holding dynamite or something. Like, God damn, bro, that was trash.
You're holding dynamite. That's not funny at all.
Our
It
main
is
guy's
funny.
out today, actually.
Yeah, that was from the subreddit. Thank you to them. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Still waiting.
Anyway,
so how would you go about how would you go about if you were single, bro? Like I'm asking.
Yeah,
like
we're curious,
this is
bro.
our question. Like if you got
I don't
divorced
care.
tomorrow,
I don't
what
care.
would you do?
I don't care.
Now you don't care. It's
never
interesting
did.
how whenever we ask you a question or we're having we're about to get into a real debate.
Well, it's like a
It
weird-
doesn't matter who
It's like a
cares.
weird hypothetical thing.
care.
I don't know.
Oh,
I have a
weird
lot to think
hypothetical. Like
about.
when you asked me earlier, oh, well, what if Andrew was actually a rapist? Like, what do you like? What would you do?
I'm
Like,
asking
blah,
your
blah, blah.
opinion on like a concrete specific video I showed
so
you.
it's a weird hypothetical when I
you
ask.
created like a fantasy
It's a weird
world where
hypothetical when I
You
ask.
guys
Happens all the
fantasize
time.
about my divorce a lot.
So right there, the show started off with them, Ethan Klein wanted to talk about Andrew Tate. It was a lot of Andrew Tate talk. Like, all right, cool. And he was saying, well, hypothetically speaking, if it were true, if it was proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that Andrew Tate was in fact guilty of these crimes that they're alleging him of, would you still support him? And Myron's take was basically, if Andrew Tate was that type of dude, we wouldn't be friends. So Ethan Klein was like, well, I just want to hear you say that you wouldn't just say it out loud. And it spiraled into some other stuff, right? But it was a hypothetical. It was a hypothetical that Ethan Klein kept trying to push. All right, fast forward to this part. And okay, fresh and fit. Ask Ethan Klein, hey, man, if you were to be divorced tomorrow, hypothetically speaking, if you got divorced tomorrow, what would you do? And now Ethan Klein is like, oh, this is ridiculous. And what do you mean? This is ridiculous. What kind of hypothetical? You guys are fantasizing about my divorce. No. 50%, 48.6% or something like that of marriages in America end in divorce, right? We all accept the 50% number. So Ethan knows, even inside of his mind, he understands that, bro, right, there's a really good chance that his wife is going to leave him, right? Basically 50% chance. No one wants to see it. Like I said, even though dude's a coward, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see anybody go through that. I was never married. I'll never be married. Just going through the whole child support thing, like trying to get custody of a child, incredibly difficult. And like I said, it's heart-wrenching. I don't want to see any man go through that. It's like getting gutted, especially a coward. I don't want to see someone like Ethan Klein have to deal with that. He's not equipped. But Myron and Fresh, they asked a simple question like, bro, man, how would you move? I think that's a realistic question. How would you move, bro? God forbid you got divorced tomorrow. How would you move? Truth is, he doesn't want to confront that hypothetical because he knows that realistically it could fucking happen. And he knows a bunch of men that it's happened to. That's why he doesn't want to talk about it, because he's going to need more pills, right? Because the pills are going to wear off and reality is going to start closing in on him. He didn't want to answer the question. All he had to do was say, man, I really don't know. And that's the point that Myron and Fresh are trying to make. Like, bro, you have no idea how to move in today's world. I barely know how to move in today's world. I'm out here in these trenches, bro. I'm here to tell you, it ain't worth it. It's just not worth it, man. The amount of time that goes into chasing women today, it is not worth it. Shout out to Rich Cooper, man. The juice is not worth the squeeze. Like, it takes so much effort. So much effort. I think it's easier to build a business than it is to go out here and find yourself a good woman. It is very, very difficult. And the problem is, if you go the distance and you get married, even with a prenup, you're going to be looking at problems if it goes south, right? 70 to 80% of the time, women file for divorce, and that happens almost 50% of the time, bro. Like, half of marriages end in divorce, and of the other half, the majority of those marriages aren't even happy, bro. They wind up doing other things, kind of like Destiny, open marriages and whatever. They got all this other stuff going on. Shout out to Destiny. At least this marriage didn't cost him that much. He was hurt or whatever, but she was coming after his money big time. But he had a prenup. It is what it is, bro. I was thinking about this the other day, man. I was like, man, you know, as a young guy from 18, let's say from 18 to 38, right? Just making up numbers here. I'm willing to bet that 60% of my time was spent chasing women, womanizing, trying to date, all that kind of stuff, looking for the one. 60% of my time went to that, right? If I had to do all over again, and for you young guys who are watching this, especially you young men, it should be the other way around. The vast majority of your time should be towards chasing excellence, man. Making yourself the best person possible, staying in the gym, eating right, being smart with your money, buying property, doing good investments, networking. That should be the majority of your time. 60 to 70% of your time should go towards that. That should be your focus. That 30 to 40% of time messing with women. Okay. I would even say this, man, really 10, 15% of your time should be dedicated to messing with women. You shouldn't be trying to talk to any women really though, like seriously trying to get on with women until you're ready to like settle down. Like go out there, you know, meet folk. And it's really difficult too. Like when you talk about it, I guess, I mean, I wish you could do both at the same time, but it takes a lot of time and effort to womanize. Like what Fresh does takes a lot of time and effort to the point where Myron and the rest of the team had to tell him to slow down, bro. Like you got to leave some of these women alone so we can build this brand. You need to know how to deal with women, but it shouldn't be about just the conquest and trying to smash women. So I think I would kind of do it. If I had to do over again, I think I would kind of do it the way Michael Surtain does it. Say what you want about MOA and what he's doing, but he surrounded himself with beautiful women, thereby making himself to be one of the top tier men in any room that he's in because he's with all these beautiful women. Guys want to know who he is. It helps him network. He was able to monetize it, right? Because, you know, they're giving him comps and bottles and paying him to bring women and do whatever. He's making money. And at the same time, the women are giving him all the sauce on how women move because he ain't trying to smash them all. He's smashing, but he ain't trying to. So they're coming, they're competing for his time, for his attention, and they're telling him how they move. So I think if I were to go back in time, I think that would be a really good way to focus on yourself, to make money, and to also learn women. Because he's just surrounded by these dimes, and they're gonna want to smash him. And when he gets ready, he can say, "Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit this one. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna hit that one." It is what it is, and hit means I'm gonna smash. I'm gonna get the Foxy Brown. I think that would be a better way to do. The way I did it, yeah, I got all this knowledge. Yeah, I know how to talk to women. Yeah, I smashed all these women. But at the end of the day, bro, I mean, what did it really get me? You feel me? It's something to think about. Now, again, this is coming from a dude who was successful with women. You got guys out here who have like zero experience with women, no success whatsoever. Like almost 30% of dudes out there between 18 and 30, 18 and 29. Yeah, between 18 and 29 who are sexless. They hear me say this, they're like, man, it's easy for you to say that you out here smashing. I'm just trying to get on with one. So, yeah, I hear you. I hear you, fam. I hear you. But stay the course. Stay in the gym. Work on yourself. Work on building your brand, making a dent in the universe, networking, become a top tier dude, and then women will come to see you. I promise you. If you have the money, right? If you're in shape, if you have the clout, if you worked on your social game and you are, you know how to talk and you're charismatic and you can tell a joke or two and you can read the room. Or if you're just a strong silent type, you're well read. There's so many different ways, right, to get women to come towards you, to get their attention, but you have to be better than the rest. You have to you have to attain these qualities that women find attractive. And once you do, they're going to come over and holler at you. And then from that point on, it's just trial and error. You know what I mean? Don't use your wallet. You know, I'm going to do a show on it. The dudes, mostly the don'ts on how to holler at women today. I'm going to do that. But you look at these guys like Ethan Klein, bro, like they came up for whatever reason. He met this woman. I don't know how he met his wife, probably through some sort of social circle, maybe through school. You know, maybe they were just two weirdos and they just kind of were vibing and it worked out for them. Great. If he loses her, this dating market will eat him alive. If God forbid, if Ethan Klein were to get divorced or lose his wife through a divorce or whatever, I think the guy would go hardcore MGTOW or black pill. I think he'll be one or the other. I think he'll be so mean and nasty and vicious. He'll be so hurt. I don't think he would ever recover. I really don't. If that were to happen to him.
A lot more than y'all think
Happens
about
all
your
the
own
time, my
fucking
friend.
girlfriends.
Bro, things happen. Bro, if you get divorced, it's serious.
It's actually
Okay,
very probable.
okay, I get divorced. What do I do?
I mean, just ask.
Okay,
him, man.
what do I do? Okay, let's see. Well, if I talk to a lawyer, I get a mediator probably so that we can part ways amicably.
Okay.
We talk about it a lot. We go through a lot. You know, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to split up. We probably maybe even we'll get some couples therapy. You know, to make
So
sure
you're gonna try to
everything's good.
negotiate.
We want to do healthy co-parenting because we love our boys more than anything in the world. And then I'll probably get lunch.
Would you try to negotiate
I'll go
desire?
to McDonald's and I'll tell them, you tell me what to get.
Would you try to negotiate desire? Like, or is that the therapy? Is that what it would be for?
Sorry, say again.
Would you try to?
You could tell like Ethan Klein doesn't want to think about this, bro. He was like, oh, we love our children. It will be amicably split and we would make sure everything is taken care of. Man, he has no idea how it works, bro. She's going to get an attorney and that attorney's going to do their job and it is going to be a train wreck. It's going to be a bloodbath. It is not going to be, we're going to sit around here, hold hands and sing Kumbaya and we're going to do what's right. That's not how the family court system works. That's not how it works, bro. That's not how it's designed. She's going to go get a top tier attorney and that attorney is going to go in there and gouge his eyes out. And he's going to walk in there thinking all is well. I did. He's going to walk in there thinking all is well. And he's going to get tore up. I mean, that's just the bottom line. If he's not prepared for that, bro, he is going to get destroyed like most men do. Destroyed. And even if he is prepared for it, he's going to go in and it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a knockdown, drag out fight. And the people who are going to really come up are going to be the attorneys. They're going to get tons of money. They're going to drag it out until the money is gone. And then the two parties are like, well, okay, I guess we'll just do this split here. You know what I mean? It's and the guy's trying to make light of it. He needs to be thinking about it. He needs to be thinking about it. It is a terrible thing to go through. And the question that they refuse to answer, that he refused to answer, all Fresh and Fit want to know, Minor Fresh just want to know, bro, how would you go out and meet women? What would you do? And the guy didn't want to answer it.
Like negotiated desire? Is that why you do the therapy?
Negotiate what?
Desire.
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 Negotiate desire?
Yeah, because that's typically what therapy is designed to do.
Oh, you guys are doing one of your weird like red pill terminologies.
I mean, it's
You
English, bro.
negotiate. How do you
it's the English
negotiate
language.
desire?
I mean, if you're meeting
Do you not believe in
at a
therapy?
predetermined location to meet with a therapist to discuss your relationship, and you go over problems and like, hey, well, I don't like when you do this, and I don't like when you do this. Okay, well, if you do this,
Well, we're
then
already
you go ahead.
divorced, so
Because
it's
that's what
more about
therapy ends up
just-
being a lot of the times is you take out the trash and you give him sex. Blah blah. It's
We're
negotiated
already
desire.
divorced.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking. Or like you're trying to go to therapy. What's the point of going to therapy if you guys are divorced?
Because we have 3 boys that we love, and we want to.
That could be handled in the court system.
Healthily.
Okay, you can do that through the court system.
No, I want to go to a therapist.
Oh, you want to go to? Why don't you want to go through the court system?
I prefer to talk to a professional with a degree.
A judge, a professional.
With a degree?
Yeah, well, actually, with a big degree, they're JD. They're a lawyer. They got a better
So-
degree than the therapist.
So you're
And right there just shows you like this Ethan Klein dude can't think, bro. I think his mind is clouded with whatever prescription he's taking. Yeah, sis, I'm up. Like I'm really hanging tonight. Yeah, I am hanging tonight. I have not been able to sleep. I don't know what it is. I just have not been able to sleep. Last night we were out crazy. Well, I do know what it is. My schedule got turned upside down, so it is what it is. I'm gonna wrap this up here in a second, and then I'm gonna jump in bed. But this Ethan Klein dude is saying I would get divorced and then I would work everything out with a therapist as opposed to going before court. Because he says that the judge doesn't have a degree. The guy's mind ain't working right. Like, his mind is clouded. Like, and if you go through a divorce, whatever y'all work out, you're gonna go through mediation or whatever gets worked out has to be signed by a judge anyway. So again, this guy hasn't thought about his world.
Your claim, you said classes. What did you say?
Because you said
Yeah.
you'd rather go to therapy, and I'm like, why go to therapy if you guys are
Alright,
divorced?
this-
You can just let the court system handle it, right?
Yeah, it's all right. Listen, coconuts, my boy.
Ethan
Let
Klein.
me talk. I love
Ethan, did
you.
you really want to debate, man? Because this doesn't seem like a debate
It's
to me.
3.5 hours. You guys,
now
you
it's
guys
three
are
and a
just
half.
milking it because you have high viewership, and you usually don't get this many views.
We actually do get
For
this
me, it's
many
not that
views
big
every
of a
night.
deal.
We actually get more.
How many live views you get?
Well,
We literally, you remember that?
Rumble, bro.
Yeah, we split the audience right now between Rumble and YouTube. We got 34,000 watching, and that's us
How
splitting
much
the
on
audience.
YouTube? How much on YouTube? How much on Rumble?
We got 17,000 on YouTube and another 17K on Rumble.
How much you get, buddy? Normally,
45,000.
that's great, bro. Well,
Thank you.
you know, it's funny.
If we didn't split our
Thank
audience, we'd be right around there too,
you.
probably
I
more. And you got
appreciate
triple our
that.
subscribers,
And we're
don't you?
shadow
Walter,
banned.
me and
Yeah, this is Ethan Klein. Yeah, it says I'm gonna wrap this up. Yeah, I need my sleep too. I don't know. Like I said, sometimes I just can't sleep. My body clock gets messed up, and we just sprung forward and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it says I'm about to wrap this up. Brother Casual Germs is out. He's like, good idea on the chat. This stream was a trip and a half. Yeah, man. Thanks for rocking out with me. I know it's late, man. I appreciate you rocking out with me. I got to get more supporters on the West Coast. They up. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm gonna have to get some more supporters on the West Coast. Let's check back in with the fellas.
Just in person?
You call me Piglet?
No, Ethan,
Wait, you
again.
call me-
No, Ethan.
Wait, hold on.
Right here, buddy.
Walter, you call me Piglet?
No. Hold on. Ethan, I'd be happy to have an actual debate in person if you want.
Wait, hold on. Walter, you call me Piglet?
No. That was coconuts. That wasn't me. That was coconuts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So coconuts, you called me. But hold on, didn't you congratulate me on my weight loss? Why would you go after my weight?
Oh, because you're still fat,
that
buddy.
hurts my
You're
feelings.
still bigger, buddy. You're still bigger. But hey, you know what? With
Hold
some
on.
work,
Hold on.
you'll get there.
Ethan, all
Let
jokes
me see your
aside.
abs, coconuts.
Hey,
Let me
trust
see
me,
those
they're coming.
washboard
Ethan,
abs.
Ethan, all
You
jokes
look a
aside.
little thick there, Bucko.
Okay, that's
it's a
fine.
hoodie. Thank you.
Ethan, all jokes aside.
You've been munching a little too many coconuts. Those have a lot of calories.
I know you know how to do that.
Okay, look, Ethan, all jokes aside.
We should
How about-
mukbang
how
together
about we
for
have a
real.
debate
I
in
don't care
person,
about
man?
Myron anymore.
How about we have a
Myron,
debate
you
in
don't have
person?
to-
Hey, Myron, could you quiet down? We're trying to talk to Walter.
Myron, let the men
So
talk.
look, so you
See that part right there? The dude jumps in. Myron, can you calm down? Another coward. He's like, well, I'm just doing my job as a producer. Ethan is trying to duck the conversation. Myron was like, hey, man, we can do this. We can do this in person. Why are you ducking us? Right? It was a point blank period. I'll even have to say, and the whole H3 team's like, hey, man, we're too cowardly to have you two men in our studio, right? Because we fear you. That's all he had to say. But he's not going to say that, man. He's going to go like, oh, you want to beat my butt? You want to fight me? He's talking about abs. He's trying to talk crazy with Fresh, right? He's been antagonizing Fresh, calling him names all night long. He's like, whoa, why would you go after my weight, Fresh? Like, bro, you just said something about my mama, bro. I should be smacking you in your face right now, right? But that's why you're not here. That's why you're talking all fly. This is what I mean about cowards, bro. No one respects a coward. Not even cowards. Not even cowards. They know that they're cowards. They know who they are, right? Especially these West Coast dudes. But you find it everywhere, though. You find it there. It's the Hollywood people, those Hollywood dudes. Oh man, they can be the worst, man. Let's continue.
You guys don't want to have a debate in person.
I don't want
They're
to.
scared.
I want to talk to Walter,
They're
who I
scared.
find much more interesting. Walter, we should do a mukbang. I think it would be fun. Two guys just eating and shooting the shit.
Eat with you? No, I'm good, bro.
What?
I'm good.
Come on.
You know what you should do, bro? You should focus on staying married. Because obviously,
yeah.
bro,
I am. I am. Thank you for the advice.
that should be
Yo,
your main life goal.
You know what's interesting to me,
Yeah,
Ethan?
no, I take my marriage very seriously. Thank you for that.
I'm going to be honest here, Ethan. I genuinely thought we would have a good discussion, a debate.
I don't know why you thought that, dummy.
Yeah,
right,
well,
I don't care.
you just embarrassed yourself in front of 30,000 plus people.
No, wait, I don't want to end on
You
that.
showed that you are not
I'm
capable of
being
critical
silly.
thought and discussion.
I thank you guys for coming.
You didn't want to have the
talked,
discussion in person. That should tell you enough.
We did something.
And part two.
I mean,
We'll see
you
what it
didn't
is.
want to have a real
part
debate.
two.
You want to have ad hominems. You didn't debate any points. You just attacked us personally the whole time, which I knew would happen. But you've just shown and proven to everyone that you are not a debater.
My 18-year-old friends are here. Hold on. They need.
You're not capable of
you
critical thought.
You
You're
guys,
not capable of
my
debating.
18-year-old friends are here. Oh, no,
And
no, no.
this is
You
why
can
the
use
H3 podcast
alcohol
is
cup,
falling
just
off
put water in it
significantly.
for social media.
Because you guys used to be based. Now you guys
Hold
are
on, I'm talking
appealing
to my 18-year-old
to your
friends.
liberal
Yeah, put the
audience, which is
alcohol-
why you
Joe,
guys
don't
have been
need to
losing
drink
10,000
alcohol, just put
subscribers a
water in
day.
it for social media, so people on
You're
social media
falling off,
think
bro.
you're-
There's a
I'm
reason
drinking with
why you
minors,
are
which
called
is cool.
Ethan D. Klein, dude. And this is why, like, we make the joke, Ethan D. Klein. It is true. You have been losing subscribers for a reason, my friend. You've sold out. Everyone knows you sold out.
Yeah.
You're not capable of having a rational debate like I tried to have with you. My mistake was holding you to a higher standard, to be honest here. That's really my mistake. But that's fine. You just embarrass yourself in front of, what, 50, 70,000 people live? That you're not able to have a coherent, articulate discussion with another adult? Hell, you didn't even want to do it in person, which tells me the type of man that you are. Yeah, it is what it is.
How many people died in the Holocaust, Myron?
You tell me, man.
Hey, you
All
should,
right.
you should be
You're
fired,
a
bro.
neo-Nazi. See ya.
You're such a good.
You did a
you're
bad-
fine.
a bad
no,
job,
no,
bro.
no, not yet.
You should be
You
fired, bro.
tried to
wanna do
paint
this,
us as
Dan.
anti-Semites.
Your
You
research is
failed.
terrible.
You tried to say we're racist. You
That
failed.
thing.
You tried
Fire
to
your
say
team, bro.
you try to say that
Do it.
we're sexual assaulters. You failed.
No, no, not that. Look at the chat.
What chat?
What do you mean?
I can't see what chat.
Oh, man. That's
No,
funny,
I
do
bro.
the
can't
whole
see the
thing.
chat.
That whole thing.
This
I
was,
can't see what you're showing. Is he showing something on screen?
We can't say anything.
We can't see anything if you're showing it on screen, dude.
We just hear
some music.
It's going softly.
Go on, guys. Tell me more about me. This is your last chance.
Nah, man. I think this is L for you, bro.
Yeah, hold L.
You just proved once again. You did this with you did this with Steven Crowder too. You couldn't debate him either.
Mhm.
You couldn't debate him.
true.
Yep.
You
As everybody knows, I got owned by
You're-
Steven Crowder.
yeah, you're a hypocrite.
Got
You say,
cooked.
oh, you brought Charleston White on, but you brought a known scammer on that scammed millions upon millions of dollars.
Liver
Are you
King.
close
You
to
call me an
anything?
anti-Semite, but you made anti-Semitic jokes about Ben Shapiro. Then you claim and say, oh, well, you can't say I'm anti-Semitic because I'm Jewish. Well, by that,
And you see how, you get to the end of this thing, it all fell apart. It all fell apart. And, Ethan Klein, the whole H3 team, I mean, bro, it was sad to watch, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It was sad to watch, but it was good to watch, bro. Young boys out there. This is for young men especially. Do not act like the Ethan Kleins of the world. You got something to say to somebody, bro, say it to their face. You understand? If you want to defend your beliefs, be prepared to defend them. You know what I mean? Be prepared. You gonna say something disparaging about somebody's mother, be prepared to get hit in your face. Be prepared to swing on somebody, bro. Don't be a coward. Don't hide behind technology. Don't go running and hide behind your mama's skirt, right? Don't start something and then go get a bunch of other people to go fight your battles for you. Don't do that, gentlemen. Don't do it. I don't care how people feel the world should be. I'm here to tell you, there are still wolves outside the gate. And the wolf doesn't care about your feelings. Right? Ethan Klein was out here grabbing the tail of the tiger and the tiger turned around and Ethan didn't have a plan for the tiger's teeth. Bottom line, the world is always going to be like that. Cowards will never be held in high esteem. Ever. That's just how it works. And his team, his producers, all y'all, bro. Y'all with that. Y'all heard what he said about Fresh's moms. Talking loud, talking reckless. What a Myron Fresh return. What they come back with? Hey man, if y'all really want to have a debate, we can get together. Myron said it on right down the live. Be like, I will fly you out here first class. And then Ethan Klein went on to talk about fighting or whatever. And Myron was like, I didn't say none of that. I didn't say anything about that. But if you want to fight, we can put on the gloves, bro. You want to get into the ring? We can put on the gloves if you want to. We can spar a couple rounds. What's up? And then he ran from that. I mean, it is what it is, man. See how you got to look at how these people carry themselves, bro, and you're going to have to make up your mind. As a man, you really want to be a man. That's what it means to be a man, is to stand on your own. This guy wants to stand in this little, he wants to have a herd, a group of people, that he's in a group. And that's where he's going to draw his protection. He's going to surround himself with the women. He's going to send the women out. Because trust me, if it came down to it, that's what he would do. They would, him and his producer friends, the rest of them, all those cowards, would send the women out there. That's what they do. Sometimes you just got to walk out there, man, face the music, bro. It is what it is. You might take an L. But eventually you got to walk out there. Eventually you guys just go deal with it. Right? So that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, Ethan Klein, bro. Never watched his content. Seen a couple clips or whatever. I really think the dude is he might be on the spectrum for real. Maybe just overly medicated. Maybe he's not in his right mind. Maybe he has something. But at the end of the day, it don't matter. I've had people on the spectrum do some things wrong. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some people on the spectrum do some things wrong. They knew what they were doing was wrong, and they paid for it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them get toe up. And guess what? None of us felt bad about it. And he shouldn't have said what he said. Shouldn't have did what he did. Dude touched us. We don't know that guy. Why he over here? Right? He got what he... Sometimes you get what you deserve, bro. Sometimes. I mean, the good thing was he was able to walk away from it, albeit slowly. He still walked away. He lived. So that Ethan thing is crazy, man. Shout out to Myron and Fresh. Those are my homeboys, man. I think they handled it like some G's. They knew what time it was. Shame on Ethan. He had an opportunity to really have a good conversation, and he blew it. They could have, and Flagrant did the same thing. They had an opportunity to have a really good conversation, and they blew it. Trying to set up these little ambushes, man, trying to get clips or whatever, bro. Like, you have to have your emotions together enough to have these conversations, bro. Point blank, period. And if you can't have that conversation, then don't even try. That Ethan Klein guy, they reached out to Fresh and Fit, asked Fresh and Fit to do this. Well, that's it. I gotta go. I'm done. I'm done. Good night to everybody who was watching. My sister Lady Navoa. Good night to you, love. I appreciate you. I just had to get that off. I'm gonna have to try to go to sleep because I got to get up early and do some promoting. We got a lot to do tomorrow. A lot of places to hit tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. So, thanks for rocking out with me. I really appreciate y'all. I know it was late. People gonna wake up tomorrow and see this like, yo, you were on real late. What was up? You know what I mean? Like Brother Dino, I'm sure he's gonna be in the comments. Miss AKA Lady, she's gonna be in the comments. What were you doing up so late? So sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like that. So that's it. I'm done. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will be back tomorrow when I get up. I'm gonna do a couple of shorts. A lot of stuff I want to talk about. Still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with Downrange Podcast, how I'm gonna approach this political thing. I got an idea. I'm gonna try it tomorrow. I'm gonna kind of go to just shorts when I'm driving around, talk politics, and then I'm just gonna upload it onto Downrange Podcast so we can do that. We'll see how it goes. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for rocking with me. I'm DL Saint. This is That Really Want to Know Podcast, man. I'm going to holler at y'all later on today. Good morning.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.